when I was asked, or reminded rather, that today there is a Holy Mass celebrated in his honor and praying for him, his soul, I was only too glad to be present. It happened to be, it's again, God's will, God somehow prepared for this in advance, that I happened to be in the country on this day when people who have been helped by Father Sebastian Pottanani would come together and pray for him and join with them in praying for him, and rather pray to him. So I'm sure he is no stranger to all of you, otherwise he wouldn't be here. Only I would add a few things. When he joined us, that was in 1952. Many of you were not born then. He spent some time in the mission home learning Latin, because those days Latin was a must for people aspiring to become priests. Today, I think it was a disservice to the church that Latin has been taken away. He came with his companion, Father Joseph Marathani, who he was put behind or has to discontinue for a year. No, sorry, he didn't discontinue. He was asked to learn Latin in a better way so that he would continue his studies. And so he joined us. Father Pottanani joined us and became the second batch of the S.V.D priests in India. As you know, the society was founded in 1875, and there have been mostly Europeans the members, though S.V.Ds came to India in 1932. It was only in 1951 it started taking candidates for priesthood. I have the honor to be one among them. So a question might be asked, why then I became part of the second batch of S.V.D Indians. There were four of them who had done 1 year Latin course in what was then the mission home in Kotte, Kanyakumari for that matter, to be exact. They had learned Latin and introduction to mission life, and as you may, some of you at least know, their names are Bishop George Anathil, who was Bishop of Indore, and then James Arakkal, Joseph Pudumana, who was in India, served as missionary in the Hyderabad province. And these were three, and then there was someone, John Plumwood, who left the group after a few years in Indore, Palda. So Father Pottanani joined us in 1952 together with his companion Joseph Marathani, who became the provincial later on. We were 4 S.V.Ds. One died of cancer in 1979. His name was Father George Champakara. And then another one left priesthood, got married, and he's still alive. He resides in Bangalore. So then 2 of us were left, Father Pottanani and myself. And as we remember him today, he passed away a year ago. And which brings me all alone in this group. We were ordained in Pune, 57 altogether. The group belonged, we had SPDs, Jesuits, Carmelites, MSFs, that is Salesians, all people. Then the diocesan priests were all ordained together, 57 of them. So I'm very happy to be with you people today as we all remember him. He has done a great service to the church in India, especially in Kerala, especially his ministry among the couples, where it's almost become a fashion today. Very few people opt for marriage, but you are torchbearers in this part of the world, and I hope and pray that you will continue what you have heard and learned from Father Sebastian Pottanani, that God joined you, husband and wife, not for one day, not for 2 days, or 1 year or 2 years, but for good. So please be the torchbearers and show the world that it can work and it does work. God doesn't do something for 1 day or 1 year or 10 years, but He does it for good. So I always repeat what you heard at your wedding ceremony. What God has joined, let no man dare separate. So God has joined you for good, and until life parts you, you are together. And already in the first pages of the Bible we have it. God created male and female, he created them. And therefore, a man shall separate himself from his father and mother and be joined with his wife. This also applies to the woman who is joined to her wife, her husband, and God joined you for good, for until life parts you. So I am once again, I said in passing, but I really meant it when I said we pray for him, or rather we pray to him on this day when his friends and well-wishers had come together. So let's remember Father Sebastian pottanani, and I thank God and all of you, and especially Father Titus, sorry for the mistake I made, for being an instrument for me to be present in today's celebration. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. അച്ഛന് അവരൊന്നിച്ച് ചേർന്ന സമയം മുതൽ ഈ നിമിഷം വരെ ഉള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ